Oh, that's hilarious. I wouldn't even know any of the Hercules songs. So.
She sounds like she's doing the impersonation of a black gospel singer.
Can you even do that in 2020?
I think if you come from a place of goodness, I don't think it's something that most people would brave to venture, though. All right, so where should we start?
um,
Like at the very top, tippy top.
yeah, we could do that.
All right, we can do that. All right, so welcome everybody. Say hello
Hi,
to
everybody.
say hello to the people, Rick.
Hello to the people, Rick.
All right, I'm JJ. This is Rick, and we are both part of the Dark Lords Syndicate. And Rick, I'm going to show off your beautiful roster here on GG. Look at
Uh,
look at this bounty of goodies. You're running Ray in Arena, taking rank one, Fleet Arena rank one. How's that feel?
eh. It's all right, man. It's not my favorite meta.
Yeah, well, here I am, still running gas. I haven't unlocked my Ray yet either. Um, how long did it take you to get there, Rick?
What, Ray?
Yeah, how long did it take you to get your Ray and to be top dog in Arena?
Um, God, I couldn't even tell you. I was already working on resistance anyway, and hitting them with gear 13 for Sith raid. Gotta stay on top, right?
Yeah,
Um, I guess once I got all the requirements, I started on her day one, didn't I?
yeah. I think you started before that. To be honest, I think you were hoarding a
Yeah,
little
no,
bit.
I mean, I'm talking like I actually started farming tickets for her day one.
Yeah,
I don't know. After that, probably what, 2 weeks, 3 weeks.
and you have spent a little in this game, but when was the last time you spent money?
The last time I spent money. Um, oh, it was a couple of weeks ago. Um, what was it? Mando?
All right, so
I want
you're the whale. Maybe you're
what?
not a whale, but you are the whale
No,
compared to
no.
me. All right, and then here I am with my free to play bad self, still doing okay in arena, still taking number one in fleet. Uh, which do you like better, fleet or arena?
Fleet.
Yeah, me too. We'll get into that in some other time. So, where did this all start for you? What was your first team that you farmed?
Phoenix Squadron.
Phoenix.
Yep, just like most of us old guys around here.
Yep, Phoenix was also my first farm too. Um, you can tell the people why you farmed Phoenix first.
Um, well, the guild I was in didn't give me any directions, so I Googled it. It told me to farm Phoenix, and it ended up I needed Phoenix anyway for Thrawn.
Right. I I read the same thing on the Reddit posts on the internet. They said, "Hey, do Phoenix first because you can get Thrawn and Palpatine." That was the big selling point there. Did you run Phoenix in Arena at any time?
I tried.
Yeah.
I tried really hard. It didn't really work out for me.
How about raids? Did they work out in raids for you?
No, absolutely not. Not even the tank raid.
No. And that's my biggest fault with the Phoenix team is that they're not really good at any of the things that you need to be good at as a free to play player, right? Like they won't get you rank one in squad arena. They're not going to get you, top spot in fleet because they only have two ships and they're not that good. They're not going to really help you in some of those things that you need as an early game player. So the old advice of getting them first is kind of dead, right?
That's right.
I mean, they to be honest, they do have some good spots. Like they're pretty good in Galactic War. Like they have survivability. They do have an event for Secrets and Shadows that can help get you some stuff, but they can't do those upper tiers. So, in terms of a starting team, that news, that advice, I would say is bad advice. Would you agree?
Completely.
Yeah. So that brings me to the other team that people are suggesting, which are the Scoundrels. Uh, your Scoundrels. When did you get yours geared up?
Scoundrels.
Or the Newt Lead Separatists?
Oh, the separatists. The separatists. Whenever we knew that dark side Geonosis was going to be a thing, that's
Right.
whenever I started. Yeah.
That was pretty much the same for me. So they were not an early team for me, and they weren't an early team for you, but they still have value for late game players. So like, how often do you use your Separatist?
At least 5 times a month for territory wars and territory battles, and then use them in GAC constantly. So, you know, several times a week.
And in terms of like the benefits that they can give to an early game player, what do you think are their strong points of, being able to get like a Newt Gunray and Count Dooku and a Geo Spy Soldier and Sunfac?
Well, you're looking at benefits in fleet because their ships are strong, especially under Thrawn or Tarkin. Uh, Let's see if you can get if you get the first set of bugs under Newt and Dooku. You got a pretty decent arena team that's fairly easy to farm. You're most likely not going to make it to first or anything with it, but it's going to get you a better payout than 1,000th.
Right. I mean, they have some. The benefit I think they have for the most part is that they were recently reworked, and those synergies, those abilities, have been evolved more to the late game than the Phoenix are. So they are more powerful than the Phoenix team. They can do a lot more and probably hold a higher rank in arena. But I don't know about you, but I still don't believe that free to play are running the separatists in arena for rank one every day. I think that they're still being killed by the hyperdrive bundle.
Yeah, that hyperdrive bundle is definitely going to keep free to play in their in their in their peasant place.
Right.
Uh, I mean, you're looking at a 6 month jump, you know.
Yeah.
So,
I would say
which I mean, Geonosian Brood Alpha is, I mean, he's a great addition to a lot of other teams too. So definitely worth the investment.
absolutely worth the investment. I would say that they're not only a team that are going to stick around for a long time that are going to be beneficial, but the other selling point I would say is that they absolutely have three characters that you can use to get rank one in your fleet arena, like from the get go.
Definitely.
I still use my geos with Tarkin, for Grand Arena or for Territory War or something like that, especially in territory battles. But do you ever use them in terms of PvP?
Yeah, I use them in territory war pretty often. Usually, once you break through the front line, they're really good uh, for hitting whatever's in the back. Which I'm sure you noticed. My spy and my soldier are both relicked.
Yeah.
Um, I've yet to relic Sunfac, but uh, even with that, oh well, I forgot I'm running Malevolence now. Forgot that's more of a recent thing. So yeah, they're definitely. I can kill pretty much anything now using
E-
my bugs.
Exactly. I think that there's like a lot of good benefits aspects to that team that can be really beneficial to not just a new game player, but like a late game player. So it's not going to be wasted resources. Um, in terms of gearing, they're far easier than the Phoenix too. You can get them to gear 12 with a lot less resources, not some of the high end expensive stuff. So I mean, it's a good observation, something that people should definitely take a look into. Um, But I do have a team that I do want to talk about. Before we get into that team, though, if you are a new game player and you are looking at joining a guild, I just happen to have one for you. This is the Dark Lords Phoenix. They are a part of the syndicate that Rick and I are a part of. We're part of the Dark Lords in Empire, and Phoenix is a guild that we have both been members of at some point in our gameplay. They accept people of almost all power levels as long as you can get into a guild and you can have 7-star characters. You could participate in the Rancor, the tank, and they're doing right now tier 6 of the Sith raid, looking for people to help them get into the heroic version. So link will be in the description below. Drop by, tell them I sent you, Darth JJ, and they will get you hooked up. That being said, hit down on the bottom where it says like, give me a thumbs up, subscribe, and we're going to go directly into Rick, the idea I had for your first team you should ever get. And what did I tell you it is?
First Order.
First Order. And you said, because I picked First Order, you said what?
You're crazy.
That I'm absolutely crazy. But after I talked to you about it, it doesn't seem so crazy anymore, right?
No, it's really, really not a bad idea. I never would have thought of it. I never would have thought of it on my own. Not gonna lie.
And that's all been a recent development because with the introduction of Supreme Leader Kylo Ren, the importance of these galactic legends have been extremely important for not just the late game, but to get that edge in arena. So the easiest galactic legend to go after is now the best galactic legend to go after. He's been buffed, he's better than ever, and it only requires one legendary character to get him. Everything else is farmable. So from a free-to-play perspective, you can go after a total of 17 characters to get one galactic legend. And I think that puts this team at a much better benefit over all of the other options that you have to farm for first. So I'm showing some video where the First Order can beat the Rancor on auto, and there's another video where they can do the tank on auto. This is one of the biggest selling points I can make for the First Order, the fact that they can do every single raid, something that the Phoenix and the Scoundrels can't. Have you used your First Order team in the raids yet?
Oh yeah, I'm Supreme Leader. So yeah, I have.
And I mean, you and I are big fans of doing the raid, but how important is the heroic Sith raid for any player?
The heroic Sith raid is that's what made me, honestly. Raids are what made my roster. I shaped my entire roster according to what the raids were, what raids were going on and what we were capable of doing. And then with heroic Sith, it got more and more competitive as new players. New characters came out. So I just pushed in that direction because getting those rewards are what keep you on top.
Exactly. Now what's terrible about the First Order? What do you hate about them?
What do I hate about them?
Yeah.
I just don't like Kylo Ren. I don't like the character in the movie.
See, my First Order are terrible. They're like one of the last teams that I've even gotten to. And the reason why they're so terrible is they are a very complicated team to learn. There's so many different things to them. Like Kylo Ren has a leadership that relies on critical hits to gain turn meter. The same with Executioner. Kylo Ren Unmask gives that team extra speed and survivability. So there's like a lot of mechanics, especially for a new game player, that might be difficult for them to learn. But if you're if you're into theory crafting and learning this stuff, like First Order has got to be the best team that you could go for first, hands down. And I don't know if you saw this, but I also took a look at a gearing list of gearing difficulty, and I ran through all the numbers. And the First Order team, in terms of their gearing difficulty, they average 62nd in terms of most difficult. So like they are in the top third of difficulty of gearing. What it like for that, that's huge that you can gear those characters that easily and get so much bang for your buck. What do you think about that?
Absolutely. I'm all about not sinking gear into crappy characters. If you look at mine, my roster in general is just it's lean.
I mean, I think for long-term viability, for free-to-play playing, I think hands down there's no better team that you could go for than the First Order. You heard it here. That is the word. Anything else you want to say to the people, Rick?
Yeah, don't turn meter load.
Don't turn Mueller load, and we'll see you soon.